Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's your girl, Becky D, live 7 days a week at 7 a.m. You all, I don't know about you, but the weather yesterday was so beautiful. It's supposed to be a little warmer today because that wind was something else, but it was just beautiful, beautiful, just the things we like to see. It's Strategize Saturday, and I had to stop and pause and get myself together and strategize correctly about how I want to talk about what we need to do today. So today is a day that we need to focus on our mental strength. Being prepared for almost everything and pretty much anything. How many of us can say that when something comes up, we're ready to handle it? How many of us can say that when something needs to happen, we're prepared, or when something does randomly happen, we're prepared? Not many of us can truly indeed say that. I'm not talking about financial prepared or know the right people to call all the time. Sometimes there's things where we get into, we can't be helped by somebody else. So how many of us can truly indeed say that? If, you need to know how to play the game at the time if nobody else is available. Like I said, I'm a big sports fan, and playing basketball or softball or any sport where it requires you to, at one point in your time, pretty much be by yourself, you have to be ready. Be like, do I know what I need to do when it's my turn? So that's what you have to ask yourself, ultimately. So with that in mind, what are you going to do today? You are going to start setting up plans. You're like, okay, you can write out the scenario if you want to, or just say this happens when. And even a family emergency plan, that's good to have. I know growing up, they would always put that on a commercial. Do you know where your meetup spot is? And that was like just random stuff. And I was like, man, that's a good point. I don't think my mama gave us one. So we might need to talk to her about that. But what plans do you have in place? It's something that, like I said, a lot of times we don't think about because we good right here in the moment. But we have to realize that with the good days are going to be the bad days. And I know that's something that somebody probably got on and they was like, man, I ain't here to hear all this. But you do need to hear it. How many of us push away good advice and good sound words? We thrive off the negativity so much that we're not really learning anymore how to become positivity seekers. And like I said before, positivity is something you should crave at this point. No matter what, it's something that you should truly crave. I know I am, and I can only speak for myself. So if you're not there yet, you will get there. And don't worry, it takes a little time, but it's definitely worth the wait. So make your plan. If you have a complete family, make a family emergency plan too, and discuss that with them. If it's something for you, discussing some things that should happen. If something ever happens to you, a spouse, our oldest child is best, a responsible child, and put it like that. Let them know, hey, this is mommy's plan book. It's right here. It sits here, and never change that location. And if you do need to, then be like, hey, I'm moving it such and such place, okay? But what we're doing is prepping you for the best you, okay? You do not plan to fail. You fail to plan. And that's simple as that. So let's stop failing to plan, okay? And plan for success. We were all called for greatness and success and just righteousness. But we hold our own selves back, quite frankly, I'm tired of seeing it. I'm tired of being around it. I'm ready for something new. Again, I don't like history repeating itself. So, do me a favor. Let's get equipped and prepped with the right things that we need to do. Okay? That's one of the most biggest things I can ask of you all on this Saturday is to get equipped with me so we can fight this fight of life that we're in, so that way we can become the better us. Okay? We can be courageous and just everything that we need to be. Okay? Let the strength that we have, mentally, physically, whatever the case may be, let it shine and thrive for everybody to see. Okay? You guys are beacons. You're beacons. And you're just drawing in everybody. Continue to let it just engulf you and soak you up and hold you and be right there for you. Okay? My biggest thing, I'm going to use this as a great example, okay? So, if you're getting married and you have your girls, your ladies, bridesmaids, whatever you want to call them. You got your boys, your brides, your groomsmen, whatever you want to call them. Your cousins, 9 times out of 10. I don't know how many weddings I've been to. It's always just been cousins and that one random dude. But on that day, you don't fail to plan, and you don't plan to fail. But something always goes wrong because somebody else in your crew does not do their part. All right? We're going to sneak strength and numbers in there. But your plan needs that backup plan just in case, because we always know somebody going to be late, somebody not going to show up, somebody cancels at the last minute, those other little things. So don't just have a generic, straight through, everything perfect plan. Have something like, hey, who do we need to write in just in case Uncle Airboy don't show up to say the scripture? Who do we need to write in? Stuff like that, okay? You got to have these things in place, all right? Being the best and ultimate perfect you is what it needs to be, right? So go work on that today. Take some time, a little self-reflection on Saturday to strategize for my success, okay? So you can do it. We can do it. I love you. You mean the world to me. You are the light to me. I'm being drawn in to your beacon source, and we are getting ready to continue to cast out positivity. As always, my name is Becky D with Becky D in the Morning. You can catch me right here, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, as well as YouTube. And the links are up at Facebook as well as my Twitter, Becky D in the Morning. You guys are amazing. I love you so much, and I will talk to you tomorrow morning.